from Friday, February 10th, but this is not a new phenomenon to you or I. This is local news here in Dayton, and they're freaking out about these strange cloud waves, in the sky over Dayton, Ohio. And the reason he's chuckling, guys, is that we've seen not only waves in the sky, we've seen waves in the water that contradict each other at certain times. And what I want to point here to, Wayne, is the amount of electromagnetic energy that must be in the atmosphere to make these phenomena.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And it could be naturally occurring electromagnetism, or it could be artificially produced, right?
Well, I haven't seen any. Yeah, it could be. I mean, we may. That's just. That is the electric universe in full display.
That's exactly what I think it is too. And it's just something to kind of be aware of,
Well, listen, we were never taught this science of the understanding of electromagnetism. We just never were. And as we're finding out, it looks like plasma has a lot more to do with weather than what meteorologists were ever aware of.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I'll show you as an example of that, that plasma that you talk about, and that we never were taught about how plasma works in the atmosphere. And by the way, we did a story yesterday on force fields, and it got blocked.
Well, we didn't know. I checked for copyright. I checked for everything. It didn't have anything on it.
And it was right out in the public record, so it wasn't like anything classified, apparently, or somebody released classified information we didn't know about. But basically, they were using plasma, electromagnetic energy, in a shield shape that, if highly charged enough, it would look just like that shield that we saw early in the summer, Wayne. That's what freaked me out.
Oh, crazy.
Spacecraft. But anyway, back to this. So when you see those strange cloud waves, and when we postulate that this might be electromagnetic energy from a high amount of it in our solar system, we can point to things like this, where the space station catches this electrical discharge known as a blue jet. And again, the reason why I'm very skeptical that this is a natural occurring or a regularly occurring phenomena is I know that in order for you to have any kind of an arc or plasma jet like this, there has to be a difference of potential. That means that the difference of potential is, let's say the Earth is ground, there's something up here that's causing this to rise up. You can't just have it just randomly shoot out of the atmosphere, okay? It doesn't happen. So again, that's the electromagnetics of our solar system in play, not the Earth electromagnetics, Wayne.
Yep. And I bet you as we get better at this and as the models improve, that you'd be able to see something like this and correlate it to like the XYZ cut. When I look at this, doesn't that look like a black hole?
I know, right? Like what that
really does.
Yeah. And there's properties of plasma that I'm still not sure that there isn't something about interdimensionality involved in plasma too yet, right? I know that sounds weird, but that's just something that's occurred to me, okay? Now, the last thing I wanted to show you was this little ditty that I got from a subscriber. Actually, I think Teresa Caldwell, if you remember her from way back. Yeah, mm-hmm. Teresa might have I think, captured this on the key. Anyway, this is Marathon, Florida, yesterday, or 2 days ago, rather. Check this out.
That's weird.
Why is it flashing, and why do we have this big orb sitting right here in the sky as the sun goes by?
Can you run that again? That's just, wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Excuse me. One more time. That is crazy, isn't it? You got this big orb, you got this big...
Well, the lens flare is going right on top of it.
Yeah, that's the lens flare.
But the point is, the only way a lens flare can, there is something behind that. That's what I'm saying. That is just unusual.
It is very
unusual. Reports from people out there?
Yeah, and look at it's got like these lines in it. In fact, we should probably take this and put it in the software program later and see if we can actually do some work with this and see if, but that almost looks like a planet, doesn't it? I mean, I don't mean to say it is, but strange, huh?
Run that through again. I want to see if those, look at that. Look at the clouds. That's what I'm trying to see. How do they interact with the object?
Ah, okay.
Stop. Okay, we'll need to do some filtering on that, but if I'm seeing this correctly, those clouds are in front of whatever that is.
Yeah, I need your help to filter that one though with your tool, but yeah, yep.
Yeah, that one. Look at that, folks. Wow. Hey,
And look at this.
look at that. Exactly. That is what got my attention.
You and I have been, you know, this, and again, I think that this is a refraction of our light generating system. That's why it looks like this.
Yeah.
The actual star or something. This is actually a really good picture of what they use to generate.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Now here, though, when we catch this little bugger and we see a refraction or reflection or something like that, and this is what we think is causing that red orb effect in Alaska as well, we think that this might be an object of interest back here, everybody.
Wow, look at that.
But look at how it just goes bright. Like, what the heck happened there, right? Let's turn it up. Ooh, better turn that light system up, guys. Oh, we're seeing a planet. Ooh.
So that is, I'm trying to get the time code on this. So they're getting that effect at about 2:14 in the afternoon. It seems a little, you know what's interesting is that, number one, the sun just seems to be still low on the horizon. It should be.
It can be on the southern horizon. It doesn't bother me.
No. It's the brightness at the afternoon.
It looks like they turned up the brightness of the sun here, though. Like, hey, let's crank it up a little. There's too much visible. Look, there's this huge double orb in the background. And I got this other orb over here. And, you know, I mean, whatever's going on up there, here's my theory. Let's crank up the lighting system so people cannot see this stuff.
Wow.
That's my theory.
This is going to be fun. Good catch. Good catch. I mean, I think that what's really being covered up here is that little object right there. It's tracking right with the sun.
Yeah, that's not a lens flare because it tracks with the sun. It doesn't move out.
Well, you know, because Steve, here's the deal. If I take this picture and if I was to transpose it over to what we're seeing on the FAA webcams over there, I would bet you that we would see our same red object appearing more blue in this one because at lower altitudes. It would make sense. The atmosphere is much more dense. I know where Marathon is at. That's tracking with the sun.
And we're getting a little refraction of that orb here too, Wayne.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's I thought I'd show you a couple
of this.
Yeah.
Get some stills of it, and we can start building a storyboard on that. Yeah, this is interesting.
Yeah, this is a good catch, and we're going to study it some more. But see, we've got that weird red orb in there. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
So lots to talk about on this one, but just wanted to take you through a couple things that we were looking at there, Mr. Steiger.
Good job there, and congratulations. I think good eye for Teresa and the rest of y'all. I mean, we need to be more diligent than ever. Again, I caution everyone, don't be looking directly at the sun if you're taking pictures of that. Make sure you keep yourself with protection on that. But Steve, that's phenomenal.